Welcome back to another episode of Char's Visionary Path Podcast. I am so glad and so honored that you have joined us. Today, I have my husband. He has come back to join me. So many people were loving him the last time he was here. So I count it as a great pleasure to have him come back. And today we're going to talk about something that is very crucial in today's marriages, and that is the struggle of finances. Let me say it like that, finances, because so many divorces end because of finances. So again, welcome, Hunty. Welcome back to Char's Visionary Path.
Yeah,
I'm so glad to have you.
What's happening? What's happening?
Everything is happening. We're just gonna jump right on into this though.
Come on with
I mean, it's the financial things. And thank you, because we got a lot of great feedback the last time you were here.
Yeah.
People really resonated to that. So I just want to tell you thank you for coming back. And thank you for your willingness and your excitement. You were excited about this, and you know you were. So we're just going to jump right on in it. Yeah. And I'm going to ask you this question because I have spoken to quite a few women that are in marriages, that are in relationships, but we're really going to talk about marriages because we are in a marriage and we've been there for quite some time. And this is a struggle that we've had our own selves. But again, I've spoken with a lot of women that have had these problems in their marriages, and that's finances. When they go through these financial struggles, yeah, which a lot of people do. You know, I don't think that anyone is really, they really can't say that they haven't had some type of financial issue.
True.
So that being said, let me ask you, why do you feel like finances play such a huge part in a marriage? And again, we're not talking about relationships. We're talking about marriages.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you my opinion for
right.
I would think. Might not be accurate for everybody, but, you know, it is what it is. Finances plays a major part because today's society, the females look at the male as the provider of all things. Mm-hmm. To try to make all ends meet.
Uh-huh.
And if he feel like if a man can't make all ends meet, that's when the problems come.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So by you saying finance, I mean, that's a key.
Yeah, finance to me, it does play a huge part because without the finances being in order, you can't pay your utilities, you can't pay your mortgage. There are a plethora of things that you cannot do if the money isn't right. And so I think that plays a huge part in it.
That's so true. And that leads to when the finance is not right, and I mean, the communication going to be off.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where the problem starts right there.
Yeah. And so tell me this, you said about the communication, because we always say that communication is a big key, is one of the largest keys in a marriage.
Oh, yeah.
So what makes you feel like the communication begins to kind of, is kind of off when the financial struggles begin? Why is there such a huge issue with the communication?
Well, a lot of guys are shut down. Mm-hmm. They'll shut. I mean, they're gonna just shut down, mm-hmm, and you might think, well, why he acting like this, or why he doing this? Cause he don't know how to communicate for his finances off. Mm-hmm. He's sitting back trying to figure out a way to get his finance so it won't be a problem in the marriage.
Right.
So that's a key too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like that, especially with you, because I don't know that, and maybe this is a form of you shutting down, but I know when we were having our financial struggles that you would become angry, like everything that was going wrong, you would become angry. And then that was a huge problem for us in a relationship, in our marriage, because you would become angry because things were not going your way financially. And I think also I added to a level of stress because there were expectations that I placed on you that I expected from you. And then when they were not being able to be met, I was upset, and that upset you. and I didn't know how to communicate it properly.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna say I didn't know.
There you go. Now you own it.
Yeah, and so that I feel like that adds another level of stress to you.
Well, it did, and I weathered the storm regardless of what.
You're right.
How it come, which way it come. I'm gonna weather the storm. Because it's how I was raised.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know with your dad, my father-in-law, I know when I ever since I've known him prior to him passing and before he got sick and he passed, I always knew him to be a provider. I don't know of a moment that he did not provide for your mom. I can't tell you if there were any hard times. I don't know that part.
It's just like me. You were saying, I would shut down. I would see Dad do the same thing. He would get off to himself, and he just distant himself. But he was figuring out a strategy to make things come together for the family. You know what I mean? He provided for everybody.
You're right.
Not just one. It's
The
a lot
neighborhood.
Kids come up and he just feed them like they was his.
Right.
And he was a hard working man like that, and that's how I portrayed myself to be as a go-getter.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I'm a true go-getter, because this was instilled in me, and I'm going to make sure I make my ends meet financially.
Yeah.
I might lack on my end, but you will be always secure.
Yeah, that's true. Now, that part of it is true, but there were moments that I didn't feel like I was okay. I didn't feel like, because there are, just to be real about it, there are a lot of times that I was trying to figure out, when we were going through our really hard times, I was trying to figure out what was most important, to buy groceries or to pay the light bill or do this. But then
you had some other issues too.
Yeah,
like
I was shopping.
You was spending.
I had a shopping, and you know what? And that's,
look at that.
Yeah, and that's
a lot of people won't put that in the in the marriage. I mean, in the relationship, you gotta kind of humble yourself too.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't just a one-sided thing, and everybody holler 50-50 and this and that, but
No, I don't feel like it's 50-50. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I feel like it's 100-100. And the reason why I say 100% is because where you're lacking, I'm supposed to pick up.
That's
right.
My
100% supposed to, but it took me a long time to understand that, because I had a little issue, and that was called shopping.
Yeah.
And so whatever you gave me, I would take it. And whatever moment I was going through at that moment, because I remember being in these stores and malls every single week.
Yeah.
But I feel like too, because we were going through other issues, that was my supplement for kind of ignoring the fact that I was going through other issues with you. But I do want to say this to you also. I figured out in this marriage, I figured out, as I stated, my problem was with the shopping. So I had to really communicate that with you, and let me ask you this: at what point do you think it was time for us to sit down and really understand? Because I'm gonna back up for a moment, because when I would get mad, I would get mad. I would get mad, and I would intentionally hurt you by the use of my mouth, the things that would come out of my mouth, to try to belittle you, because I was mad and I was angry. But then as my walk became closer with God, that was not a way that I learned not to do that. Yeah. Because we were going to figure this thing out, and we were going to, just like you said, you were going to weather the storm. But people don't understand, in a marriage, you got to weather that storm together.
There you go.
And you got to learn how to do it together. You got to find out what part I played in this. You figure out what part you played in this, and then we come together, and then we figure it out together. Do you agree?
That's right. I agree. And that situation that you say you would bash me with things, I mean, I never paid it no attention.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked one through one ear, out the other ear. And I don't care what would you do, I would never get mad enough to put my hands on you or none of that. I ain't never did that, because I was raised like that.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that, you know what I mean? And I never seen my dad and my mama do that, so I knew I was gonna do my woman like that. You know what I mean? Not my love.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And a lot of women, they stick around, they get
abused.
They go,
They take abuse of finance. finance leads to a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if that money ain't right, she out the back door, Jack. I'm telling you, you got to watch that.
Now, that's not everybody. Every woman doesn't go out the back door. I didn't go out the back door, honey.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, though, a lot of women, if not strong enough, they'll slide out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got to have this. I got to have that, you know?
Yeah. And I think, too, they look at society. They looking at the Jones,
Yeah, society play a lot. If you let society in, that you feel like you got to prove something to society, man, you already behind the 8 ball right now.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're already behind the 8 ball right from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Cause if you feel like you got to prove something to your neighbor, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your uncle, or whoever Billy Ball may be, man, you taking all kind of chances.
Yeah,
I mean,
and because you're trying to do that, that's going to cause a huge, because you're always trying to match what they have, and then you're putting out your finances, and you're losing here, you're losing there when it comes to the financial part of it. But I also want to say, at what point do you think that we came together and said, okay, this isn't working the way we're doing this, so let's sit down, let's figure this thing out, we
strategize. Well, you know, everybody's strategy ain't gonna be like me and your strategy. You know, when we communicate. You know what I mean? It might be short, might be long, might be, you know, through text. It might be, you know.
Right.
We come with a plan and we execute the plan.
Yeah.
And we're on a mission, and we always been on a mission, but we had some storms in the road. Yeah. You know, but we corrected it, and we steady pushing.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think too, when we were having those financial struggles, I had a shopping issue, but you also had an issue with with this all kind of issues.
Man, I had
with this race car. You would just throw money out vicariously.
I had dog fever, drag racing fever. I just had fever.
Just throwing away bukus of money, even though we had it at that time. And then when we had it, because we were not wise with our money, it went just like that.
It'll go out your hand.
And I say that all the time. People have to be, and that's what my everyday prayer is for God to make me a good steward over my money.
That's right.
And I have anything that God has provided to us. My prayer is for us to always. I want Him to make us good steward over those monies, and I want people to understand that you have to be, no matter how much, and I've often heard my mama say this, it doesn't matter how much money that you make. And my mama is very good. I watched my mom work 2 and 3 jobs, right, but she knew how to budget her money. She knew how important her credit was, and she has always been like that. And she always said it did not matter how much money you make, it's what you do with that money.
You on task now, baby. So I mean, mama is mama.
Oh yeah,
baby, you on task. When I tell you on task,
I appreciate that. But it took me a long time to get here.
You is laying it down right now.
Yeah, it really took me a long time to get here, and it takes people, whatever the circumstance is for everybody. Every woman is different.
But that finance, I'm gonna tell you, that finance put a different glow on you.
Yeah, yeah.
That struggle put a different glow on you.
Yeah, it does.
I'm telling you.
It does. But then I think about, too, even when we were having, I really believe this within my heart of hearts, that God saw my struggle. He saw our struggle, but He really saw my struggle. But even in my struggles, I was a giver. Yeah. And God blesses the one that bless.
That's right.
And that's why I can firmly say now
that. We stand on that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
We stand on that 10 toes down.
Yeah.
We don't try to be no more than nobody. I try to be nothing no more. But if we feel like we can help you, we'll help you. Yeah. No matter who you are, black, white, green, or purple. Yeah. We're going to help. We're going to help. Yeah. That's just us. Yeah. The heart we have.
And I feel like people they give up. But I do want to say this too. It's a big difference. I don't want women to expect, if they're in relationships.
That's different.
In relationships only. That is not, I need women to be very clear. Women, be very clear. That man is not obligated to take care of you while you're in a relationship. This is marriage only.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a relationship, that's not no marriage.
Right.
I mean, you got to provide for yourself. You need McDonald's, go to McDonald's. Whatever you need, you got to go get.
Yeah, if he wants to be in, if you all are in a relationship and he wants to be that to you, I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but what I am saying is he's not obligated to do that. That's a huge difference. When you're in a marriage, that's a totally different thing. But also, I want to say to this part about going back to the communication part of it. Why do you feel like it's so important to be able to communicate the frustration of when it comes to the financial struggles? Because so many women, and men especially, they will walk away. They will walk all the way. They will walk out instead of trying to stay there and fight it out, or they'll go and find comfort or what they think is temporary, what it is actually temporary comfort.
That's true.
In someone else, another woman, because they can't handle it.
Because the communication, it leads to a lot. Mm-hmm. And if the woman nagging and he already going through a struggle, and if another female or friend, she might be just a friend, it can comfort him in a different way. You know what I mean? And help him, show him a different strategy. This woman can't show him the strategy that this woman can show him. Mm-hmm. She can't put him on point that this other woman can put him on point.
But why can't he go to another man instead of a woman?
He feel that's his weakness. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's just a lot of men weakness. Mm-hmm. He don't feel like he can vent to another man because he feel like the man gonna look down on him.
Gonna judge him. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Oh boy, you ain't got this. Oh boy, you doing this. Oh boy doing bad. You know what I mean?
But that goes back to society, pleasing society.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I'm finna hit right there. You hit home for me. Mm-hmm. And there you go. You talking about you trying to worry about what they doing over here and what you doing over here instead of worrying about what you got going. Mm-hmm. Instead of trying to focus on both sides, just stay in the middle.
Yeah. And work it out together.
If you shut down on communication, you can't.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get nowhere.
Because everybody's mad.
She read there. She read there. Say, hey, baby, look, this. I'm in financial struggle. Mm-hmm. I'm X, Y, and Z. I need you to, help me get on point or show me the way.
Slow up on shopping. Yeah. And as women, we gotta stop being so offensive and defensive when it comes to that. If you come to me and say, okay, baby, this is what we at. This what we're gonna do. I need you to stop shopping, or I need to, whatever your habit is, I need you to stop running to the hairstylist every week, or going to get your feet and your manicure and your pedicure every 2 weeks. Let's slow down. Let's pump the brakes. And then in turn, I can't, or whoever the young lady is, can't get upset about that if you're trying to come out of this financial crisis that you're in.
But you can't bash him neither.
Right.
You can't bash him while he down.
Yeah.
Why would you kick him while he down?
That's exactly right.
If he's going through a job struggle, trucking struggle, equipment, it's just like me right now in the logging world. Mm-hmm. The logging world is upside down.
Yeah. And I hear you say that a lot.
And I don't bring my frustration home.
Yeah.
Big trucks tearing up, mosquitoes tearing up. I don't bring it home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I had to teach you how to treat me when it came to that. And what I say that, and it's so important for people to understand, you have to teach people how to treat you, because there was a moment in time that whatever was going on out there.
I would bring a temperament home. I would be in an uproar.
Yeah.
And an angry, hard as you can get it.
Yeah. And I would tell you to go back out the door.
This ain't going right. That ain't going right. You can't get rid of your product. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So men have to learn how to what?
Humble themselves.
And not come in
with no temperament. You just got to come in. And, even your day be bad, you still got to come in. Hey, baby, how your day went?
Right.
I always ask you that.
Yeah, that's
how
right.
your day went?
Yeah.
I ask you that all the time. Baby, have a good day?
Yeah.
Or so-and-so, what happened?
Yeah.
And then I'll say, well, I had this and that happen.
Yeah.
And I'll say, well, Javi was late for work. That's my boy. But,
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm glad that we learned how to bring this thing together.
Yeah.
And finances, they're up and down.
That's right. It's not going to be a study moment at that.
Yeah.
With how today's society going, it's never going to be, you can be calm, mm-hmm. but it's going to still be a rocky road still.
Yeah. But that being said, that's why it's vital. It's very, very important that communication, but it's also extremely important to know how to invest. And I hear Pastor Keon Henderson say this. He said 3 things that stuck with me, and I mean they really stuck with me, because I've always been a tither. That's number one, and I need people to understand that tithing is extremely important. And I've always tithe, not because I was looking for the financial gain of it, but it's simply in the Bible. It is we are commanded to tithe, but the favor of God that falls upon you when you tithe, that's what's most important, because you need favor for more than just finances.
That's right.
You need favor over your life. You need favor over your families. You need the blessings to fall where you will show up in rooms that you weren't even supposed. Those are the kind of favors that sometimes that you have to look for. And what he said was so important, that he said 10% tithe. Pastor Keon Henderson, he said, make sure that you're giving 10% tithe, 10% savings in your savings, and 10% investing. And that information stuck with me. And that's really, I mean, we have really done a 180 turn in our finances. But I also want to say this too. When you're up, know how to save, because those rainy days coming back again.
Oh yeah.
They're coming back as sure as I'm living. They're going to come back again. But are you prepared for them? And are you prepared to withstand them together?
It go back to the same thing: finance and communication.
Yeah.
It's got to be together.
Yeah.
It's got to be together.
Yeah.
I mean, cause the finance is gonna be there, but if the communication ain't there, then the finance gonna go what?
Yeah, that's right. And one thing you've taught me too, and you always say, baby, don't take your account under a certain amount of money. And you always tell me that.
I stand on that.
Yeah, and you stand on it, and you make sure that I stand on it too.
Yeah.
And so we just have to, if you needed to tell another couple, another married couple, how to really weather the financial crisis storm together, not separate, because what happens is they separate.
That's right.
And a house divided, the Bible says the house divided will never stand.
That's right.
And so when you're doing it together, what type of advice would you give them?
So what I would say for is me, and you know, a lot of time I'm not 100% accurate, but I can give you an opinion.
Right.
For us, when y'all going through whatever you're going through, if it's good or bad, your most things to do is to communicate with each other about what's going on with it. If you can land that, you can achieve anything in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm telling you, you can achieve anything in the world. Because if you got that going together as one, and you and him as one, no matter how mad you get or how bad finances get, you continue to do as one. Not no divided, as one.
Yeah.
And then it work.
Yeah. And
it'll work.
Yeah.
I believe it'll work.
I agree with that 1,000%. And I also would like to I want to remind people that, especially I'm talking directly to men at this point, like, cause I talk a lot with young ladies that are going through, financial issues. And it's not that they're going through financial issues, but what happens is, and I think, we built together. And so you didn't forget me when we got where we needed to be at in a certain point. And we're still building. Let's be clear on that. We're still building. There are things that we're trying to accomplish right now. But you didn't never belittle me. Like, your money has always, it's always been good.
Yeah, my money.
It's always been good. And you are always the dominant one when it came to the money part of it. But you never belittled me. And I think what happens is, in a lot of marriages, they build together, and then the man begins to outweigh the wife
Then it changed.
and he forgets all about
he come
the
from.
person
That's
that
right.
actually built with him.
That's right.
And he belittles her, and he says certain things that are hurtful to her, but he forgot about those moments that he needed her,
Yeah.
that she came through for him. And so I think that's really, really important, that men don't forget when you started building, don't forget the one you started building with.
That's right.
And don't belittle her. And I think that's happening in a lot of marriages, and it's causing a lot of issues. And women are tired. Like the women I talk to now, they're tired. They're like, we've been in this for 10 years. We've been married, but I'm ready to walk off from here because.
And all of them can stand on their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, they don't gotta have no man.
That's right.
They can stand on their own.
That's exactly right.
There's a lot of independent women get the whole weight.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't need a man.
Yeah.
I mean, you might need a man for X, Y, and Z, but
right.
She ain't just got to have no man.
That's right. That's exactly
she can
right.
Continue on with success without him.
Yeah.
But he feel like he macho. Mm-hmm. Well, you really not macho, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You not macho.
Yeah.
Just an average dude.
Yeah. And we all have debt. We all have bills to pay. So, but I thought that was really important because I see that, and I talk to a lot of young women that are going through that they've helped they help their husbands accomplish certain things, and then the husband, you're right, they turn their back on them, or they make them feel less than when they've really forgotten that, hey, your girl was really there all the time. She helped you build and become who you are right now. So I thought that was really, really important. So I just wanted to, well, first of all, thank you for being here again. I really appreciate it. I think that's a very important topic that many marriages need to hear about, how to really be able to weather the storm. And so I thought it was really important for us to talk about that, how we weather the storm. And again, we don't ever know when a storm is going to come, but now we're more prepared mentally, financially, and we never lose hope in one another. We never lose hope, and we always keep God first. I know that I do. I keep us under God, under God, because I know He makes ways for us. He makes ways, and He's providing. He's really, really blessed us. And so today, I just want to encourage marriages. I want to encourage husbands and wives not to divide. Don't divide, even though you're going through these storms. Don't be divided, because being divided only separates it more, and it only makes the situation worse. You got to remember, this storm is only for a moment, but your marriage is supposed to be for a lifetime. So I hope that we have brought some type of consolation or help to other marriages. And thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And until the next time, I just want to tell you thank you. Thank you for just continuing to come in and tune in with me each time I drop an episode. Thank you so much. I hope that this has helped someone. Please make sure that you follow, that you like, that you leave a review, and make sure that you share this with someone that needs to hear this. And as always, keep walking your visionary path. Don't lose that path. Thank you, and thank you again.